Hey, what's up? It's Ryder and Lisa. I have a question I want you to answer because it feels like you're pretty good at understanding like the world's sensitivities right now compared to me.
Okay.
I thought of some ideas for carving pumpkins. I was thinking about like doing what the COVID guy looks like.
Like the little molecule?
Yeah. I think that would make, like, let's just be honest, it would probably look really cool on a pumpkin and it would be like scary.
Yeah.
Plus, it would probably stop people from coming to the house a little bit. Like, they might think it's like a warning.
I'm always upset when too many kids come and then there's no leftovers for me.
Exactly.
Huh.
The other one I was thinking of with the pumpkins, if you stayed with that, you could, like, have a bit of a theme. You could write in it, like, Serb, because it paid for the pumpkin. Thanks, Serb.
Yeah, no, I think it's okay. I would just make sure to keep those pumpkins 6 feet away from the kids.
This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai. Check out the Southtown Hyundai Advantage at southtownhyundai.ca.
Brenda hit us up with a story about the first CD she bought. We were talking about this on the show yesterday. She was listening to the podcast and heard it and relived a moment. So, you got the wrong language in the mail? Go ahead.
I think it was called like Columbia House or something like that. It's like a snail mail thing that came in the mail.
And like if you ordered 10 or more, they all became a little bit cheaper, I think, right?
Yeah. So mom and dad were like, each girl can pick a CD. And so we were all filling out our CD thing. And my oldest sister was like, Brenda, like, you're pretty little. Do you want help with your form? And I was like, no, I can do it. And so we like submit our forms and it takes forever to get your mail. And so like forever later, the CDs come and my sisters are all excited and I'm holding mine and my oldest sister looks over and she's like, oh no, Brenda, yours is Spanish. And I just got super defensive and like refused that I'd screwed it up. And I was like, no, this is what I wanted. So then I, learned every Christina Aguilera song in Spanish.
It's just the best. I can see that too. My daughter's 8, and if she screws up, she totally tries to pretend like she meant to.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I was like, no, this is what I wanted. I wanted to learn Spanish.
So which Christina Aguilera album was it? Was it the Genie in the Bottle or the Dirty?
Genie in a Bottle.
And you know that?
Yeah.
How do you say genie in the bottle in Spanish?
At the end, it's like, oh God, it's like, Ben, Africa, key. And then I just would like jam out. Yeah, something like that.
I have the best Friday story for you. You are going to love it. A woman named Brittany in Ohio was going through the McDonald's drive-thru with all of her children after a soccer practice. They were loud, obnoxious in the back. You could tell she was stressed. Gets up to the window, doesn't have her purse. The teenager that was working named Wyatt, he was like, don't worry about it. The meal's on me. I will pay for it.
What?
Okay. She comes back later that night with her purse and she's like, let me pay you for that meal, those meals that you bought for me and my family. He says, honestly, don't worry about it. She makes a Facebook post giving this kid a shout out. Obviously, she knows his name by this point.
Right.
And people are like, oh, that's this guy. These are his parents. Then she finds out this guy has been working at McDonald's part-time trying to save up to buy a vehicle. She starts a GoFundMe $32,000 later.
What kind of vehicle?
Oh, don't put me on the spot.
Wow, everybody was wondering.
Oh my God.
Maybe he's just going vehicle shopping.
Okay, no vehicle yet, but as of yesterday, she has raised $32,000.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Tell me something good.
You can't be mad that I asked that. I thought that was a good question.
Well, it was only just raised yesterday. He hasn't bought it yet, okay?
Okay, great. Good answer.
Thank you.
Lorenzo, a 67-year-old who likes to go by Lady Ninja.
Ooh.
After having years of training, actually got to put them to good use. There was an intruder that broke into her apartment building, and then she started chasing this guy down. He looked like he was going to hurt an 87-year-old in a wheelchair.
No.
When she finally took him down, she bent his fingers, elbowed him in the sternum, and subdued him, and then kneeled on his chest until police arrived. That, she thinks, her 26 years of jiu-jitsu training for. 67-year-old woman takes down a 30-something dude. Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me something good. On Play 107.
We're talking about sweet chirps. This after you came across a great way to put a guy in his place.
Oh, it is fantastic. Ladies, write this down.
My best and favorite thing to say to a dude when he just pisses me off is I'm not mad. I'm just less interested. Oof!
Less interested.
Amazing.
Yep, huge. 780-784-7107. We want to talk about best chirps. I came across this one, which would probably hurt quite a bit. You're like Rapunzel, except instead of letting down your hair, you let down everyone in your life.
Oh, no.
Oh, so cool.
Thank you, Elise, for texting in. She said, my parents had me when they were in high school. And then they had my brother and sister when they were a bit older. So one time I was fighting with my sister. She's 12 years. I was fighting with my sister who's 12 years younger than me. And then she yelled at me and said, at least mom and dad wanted me. They got stuck with you. There we go. That's what it was. Boom, roasted.
Heavy.
That's brutal.
You had one that was similar to the girl's suggestion about being less interested when two guys were about to fight, one of which we were hanging out with.
Yeah. So there were two guys trying to fight at like 2 a.m. outside the bar. And I was like, I am so turned off right now. I'm grossed out by both. And then they stopped. They dissipated.
Yeah. It worked really well.
It worked because I used my stern mom voice too.
You got one from yesterday.
Okay, so I got home from work yesterday, picked up my kid and stuff. We went home, and I had to go get a haircut. So I asked the neighbors if she would look after her kid. So, yeah, no problem. Went and got my haircut, come home, and I just pulled in the garage. I get out, and I peeled my shirt off just to brush my neck off and stuff. And my daughter and the neighbor kid come running over, and he comes in the garage, and he looks at me, and he says, holy, now I can see your big belly. And in one motion, I slid my shirt back on. I said, well, now I can see your big mouth. And he basically just turned around and walked out. He had no comeback for that.
Amazing.
We've resorted to street justice the last 6 COVID months, so survival of the fittest out there.
How old is the kid?
He's 5.
I love that you're bragging about putting a 5-year-old in his place.
And that you were offended by what he said. Kids are so honest. It's brutal. Yesterday I got home after getting my hair done for 3 hours, and Ryder's daughter was like, it looks the same. I was like, all right.
That's a backhand right there that's waiting to happen.
Play 107.
Worst trick-or-treat items you somehow ended up with. But first, Kayla, you have a story about how you were the house that was dishing out the crap.
Yeah, I don't know where my mom was going with this, but she really liked giving out her kids Halloween pencils and like the little erasers. So they were Halloween themed, but unsharpened pencils are pretty boring. So we would hand them out, and all the teenagers especially, they would be like, what is this? And they would go around the corner, and I'd be like, oh, we're good. And then they would pop back around the corner and just hurdle it back at the door. So good time. I wanted to go trick-or-treating. I didn't want to hand the candy out because I knew, it was a dangerous spot to be in.
Right. So that's you spent all night out. Like your trick-or-treat circuit was like 6.5 hours.
Yeah, and I mean, I wish I wasn't allowed to take the pillowcases or anything out, so I just had like my little pumpkin, but we definitely took our time with it, that's for sure.
Thank you for the call. We appreciate it.
Some of the texts that are rolling in are really funny. Anna says, one year a lady pulled licorice out of a package and just dropped one of them into my pillowcase. That's the best. I love that so much. And then Jessica wrote in, one year I got a coupon for egg whites. Like, really? They even left out the best part, the yolk.
We have another Jessica on the phone. What's up?
It was like one of the last times I went trick-or-treating with my little brother. And we went to, it was one of our neighbors' houses, and she was always really, really good with like candy and like full-size chocolate bars. She, I don't know if she just didn't make it to the store or what. So she hit us up with these French fry coupons, and we were so excited because McDonald's French fries are life.
McDonald's French fries are life.
And we got home, and my mom was going through our bags, and she's like, oh, well, we can just throw that away. And I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, it's expired. It expired a month ago.
She gave you expired French fries coupons.
I love that.
Yeah, just devastating. And I don't think we ever went to her house again.
It's October 2nd. Here at the office, there's a bowl of Halloween candy out. You know what that means?
COVID?
No.
Oh.
It means I have to stop myself from pouring it into my purse like I did last year.
Yeah, the receptionist almost fought you.
No, that didn't actually happen, but she genuinely wouldn't let you take more than one.
Mm-hmm.
Are there still rules this year?
You did pour a bunch into your purse, and she did almost fight you. That was a true story.
Are you sure I didn't dream that?
No, I was there.
Huh.
I told you to stop first.
I thought I dreamt that. Anyway, this year it's out in the very public spot where it's in the middle where everyone can see it from where they're sitting. So
they'll count.
It's an embarrassing spot to grab more than one. It's strategic this year.
How many trips to the well have you taken so far?
0.
Okay.
I promise. But Jen, that works out in our sales pitch, she was like, I saw you eyeing up the chocolate. I was like, no, I wasn't.
It's already started.
Yeah.
Ryder and Lisa.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai.
Play